Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you guys how to disassemble and take apart your Asus laptop, and in this case it will be an Asus model number x455L. That's the model number. First thing first, you want to flip it over and grab your tweezers and remove this plastic over the screw that is holding the cover for the RAM. And then you're going to start unscrewing all the screws at the bottom. I use my automatic screwdriver, especially made for laptops. Alright, once you remove everything, you're gonna just pull the cover for the RAMs. There's a built-in RAM on the board, and then there's another extra slot to put an extra RAM. So if you mess up your RAM on board, you screwed. Next, no, actually that comes from the other side. Make sure all the screws are removed. Now we're gonna open the screen, 45-degree angle. You're gonna grab your pick, guitar pick in my case. You're gonna put it in the front between the black and top cover, bottom and top cover, and you're gonna go start moving around, snapping the points. Alright, now you can actually have it this way and slowly go around. Don't yank it up because there's a cable for the keyboard and mouse, so you don't want to yank it out. So what you want to do is slowly lift it up, and you're going to see a ribbon cable for the keyboard and for the mouse. You want to gently lift them up. Now make sure there's a black clip on it. Remove the black clip, and this one has a white clip. Lift it, and there. That way now you have your top covered out. And if you want to replace your keyboard, it's really pain in the ass. Like, I would recommend you to buy the whole top part, because it's never gonna be the same once you try to remove the actual keyboard. Because the keyboard is actually pushed in, and then the plastic they just come out, and they just melted the plastic over. They don't put the screws. So in order to remove the keyboard, you have to break these plastic covers, the tiny rack plastics, and if you break it, there will be not enough plastic left over, so you can actually melt it back in. So you're gonna end up doing some super glue stuff, and it's not gonna be the same again. You're gonna feel like the keyboard is gonna push in too much. It's not gonna be smooth on the top, or it's not gonna be even. It's gonna be like parts that go in and parts that stay out. So if you want to replace your keyboard, I would recommend to change it with the whole thing. Unlike Apple or any other brand, the keyboard will come with like a 25 screws instead of like a melting plastic. So this is a shitty thing. So that's that. Down here you got your battery, you got your hard drive, and your extra USB port and a SD card reader. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna remove the ribbon cable for the USB and extra USB port, and then you can just lift it up, and that comes out right there. Next, for the hard drive, you have to remove 2 screws. So you go ahead and remove 2 screws for the hard drive. Alright, doing that, now you can slide the hard drive to the right, to the DVD ROM side, and then just pull it up. Now you can change your hard drive in case you want to. And if you want to change your hard drive, make sure you take these brackets out. Only 4 screws holding it, so you can actually hold it in a place on the board. Next, we're gonna remove the CD-ROM. There's only 1 screw holding it. remove the screw, pull the CD-ROM to a side. Now you can replace your CD-ROM. If you want to replace your CD-ROM, you have to take the front plate over, replace two, so otherwise you're gonna have uneven front plate. Alright, next we're gonna remove the battery. By removing the battery, there's only two screws in this case holding it in the corner. One in here, one is right at the board. Once you did that, and just yank the battery out slowly, and there you got your battery. It's like a pretty much two tablet batteries, cell phone batteries pushed in there, naked open right there. Another shitty thing. Now we're gonna remove the fan, the motherboard practically. No, first let's remove the speakers in the corner, the jack. You're gonna pull the jack out with your fingers, don't pull the cable. Move it around, it will come out. If you yank the cables, you're gonna break the cable. Alright, next we're gonna remove the motherboard. One screw on the corner top, one screw right by the fan, another one in the middle, almost, one in the corner bottom right. Let's go ahead and remove two screws for the fan. Alright, the fan is unscrewed, and I would recommend you to unplug the Wi-Fi cable once. Alright, that's the Wi-Fi cable. There's one more screw right here. Remove that one. Now the whole board should come out except the panel for LCD cable. Let's see what the hell is holding it. You have to move it around a little bit. Oh, I forgot. My bad, I thought I removed it. The LCD cable, it goes down from the RAM side, so just remove the LCD cable from the bottom part. Just pull the black cable, and that's it. Next, slowly you're gonna lift up the motherboard, and that's it. Let's put this to a side for a second. So what we got here, there's not much. Two speakers. If you want to replace your speaker, they just come out. You have to put your screwdriver in the middle. We use a double-sided tape in here, so it's kind of pain in the ass to remove this. There's a double-sided tape right underneath. I would recommend you to heat it up a little bit and then pull it out with a heat gun with a hair dryer. That's the best thing. So from here on, then we have the screen. By removing two screws, you can replace the screen if you want. Alright. Now let's repaste and fix the, not fix, do a service job on the motherboard. I'll put it down so I don't want to scratch the top. So you got the fan right there and the heatsink. There's no GPU installed on this, which is ready to be installed right underneath the heat pipe. There's only CPU, built-in CPU. To remove it, there's 4 screws. Unscrew that. Now you can actually lift up. You don't need to disconnect the fan, but what the hell. Now this is a shitty toothpaste, I'll call this, for the fabric, the fabricator they put in. So I'll clean up those and put the new thermal paste. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab an alcohol and we're gonna rub it all over to make sure that you remove all the thermal paste, even on the heatsink. Right, once we removed all the thermal paste, You want to grab your thermal paste. I'll recommend you Arctic Silver 5 in this case. You don't want to go crazy with any other thermal paste, which is unnecessary. Just rub it nicely over the crystal on the CPU. You don't have to put in a metal that drop or anything. It's better that you go all around it like this. You get the same effect, if not better. Now you have that the thermal paste there. You're gonna flip over the heatsink, and you're gonna screw back. And this is the shittiest heatsink ever because the metal sheets, the metal clamp on the each side, they don't have enough force to hold the heatsink nice tightly to the CPU. So there's not enough pressure. So when there's not enough pressure, there's always like a heat problem. They start heating up. If you can get it to push it even harder, you get better results. I usually put underneath in between the CPU and the heatsink. I'll put a copper shim, so that actually can thicken the space in between those. Alright, let's put it back together. Open up the laptop, grab the board. The I/O side in goes in first. Okay, make sure you remove the Wi-Fi cable from down there. Alright, run the Wi-Fi cable by the fan. And there we go. Now let's put the screws quickly. One screw on the motherboard. One for the fan. One in the middle. One up top. And this one goes there. And there's one more for the fan. Now we got that in. Before we plug in the battery, we're gonna plug in the speakers so we don't forget those. Next, push in the CD-ROM. There's one more screw I'm missing there. After this is for the CD-ROM. The one I'm missing is a long one. There we go. Now we put the corner one, we put the CD-ROM in place. You're gonna grab the hard drive, put the hard drive down, slide it to the left. There we go. Put the two screws for the hard drive. You don't actually need two screws, with one is enough. What the hell? Alright, let's plug in the USB hub. There's no harm if you plug in the battery in first, but just it's a little safer if you haven't worked around the laptops to plug in at the end. Alright, now we have the extra USB port in. Now we plug in the battery. Just put on top, push down. Put the two screws that hold the battery in the corner. One right there, and one right on top. Alright, now make sure the cables are not in the way, on the way. Grab your top cover, hold it in, not backwards, in 45-degree angle. Keep the lid open with your fingers. Lift up the plastic cover to put the ribbon. I need to use 2 hands. Alright, I need to put it down because I can't see it that way. Now I put that in. Now we're gonna slide in the mouse button. The ribbon cables go in sliding. You don't have to put it in like from the top, so they just slide in the same way that you remove the ribbon cable for here. The same lock mechanism. Alright, once you have that in, just start pushing all the corners. You're gonna hear all the clicking noise. That's normal. Alright, now you've done that, you flip it over, make sure every corner is nicely tight. Flip over and start screwing all the big screws, and the only small screw is going to be for the cover. And that's about it. Oh, make sure you plug in your LCD cable on the bottom. Just push down. Make sure you don't push down evenly. There you go. And that's it. I hope you like this video, guys. And if you liked it, please thumbs up. And if you have any request, leave it in the comments below, and I'll get back at you as soon as I can. And it really helps out for me to make more videos, so I appreciate if you guys subscribe. Just make sure the longest screws there for the middle, and the short ones. Alright, this laptop actually is missing 2 screws at the bottom. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe. Thank you.